Hi, everybody, and welcome to Into Suffolk's last webinar of the spring 2023 season. Woo! No, I tried. Come on, guys, be excited. Come on. Woo-hoo. Miss Smile, you're on camera. Okay, well, too bad. So I am Rachel. I am your student engagement and leadership specialist. And today we are going to talk about getting involved on campus. So this series is really talking about what you can do on campus. And we have some members of the Peer Leadership Council with Into Suffolk here to answer your questions, chat about their experiences here on campus, and kind of give you a better overall feel of what's going on with Into Suffolk. So let's get started. So what will we be discussing in tonight's webinar? So there's a couple of things we're going to talk about. What does it mean to get involved, and why should you even do it? What are some of the ways to get involved at Suffolk University? The different groups, clubs, and organizations on campus, Into Suffolk's leadership opportunities, and some very important pre-arrival reminders. Woo! Yeah, okay. I apologize if you hear barking. My dog is a little crazy. So what does it mean to get involved? Akil, what does it mean to get involved to you?
To me, getting involved means joining clubs.
Okay. Anybody else want to add to that?
To me, getting involved is going around, be open-minded, don't just go to your dorm, and interact with the community, the Into community or the international student community here at Suffolk or in downtown Boston.
Thanks, Thomas. Val, what do you think it means to get involved?
I would say to make friends and also make connection.
Okay, cool. Ivan, what do you think?
I agree with Val because making connections, it's a big deal here. And I think talking to people, it's also a good way to be involved.
Cool. Anne, do you want to add anything? Or is your mic still busted?
To me, to be involved is to interact with the community, to be involved into like a group of members that share the same idea.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. Those are all really good examples of what it means to get involved. Thank you. Now, why should you get involved while you're at school in the US? These are some really important parts of why this is super important for you. Now, first of all, when you get involved or you join clubs on campus, you get to make new friends. You get to meet new people. You get to meet other people from different countries, including the US. You can network with other people from different cultures and backgrounds, which is really important when you want to leave Suffolk and graduate and have your degree and go get jobs or internships. It's also really important to create a better connection with the Suffolk University community. You want to make sure that, you're not just with the international students. You can join other groups on campus that you have other things in common with. Also, we really want you to be able to give back to the local Boston community. A lot of the groups and clubs on campus give you a lot of volunteer opportunities, which are really important as an international student. It helps you create a connection with Boston and with the US. So you're going to meet other people, not only from, Suffolk, but also from the surrounding areas. Most importantly, you will develop the skills needed for your future careers. The world is very global, and all of our economies are connected now. So if you're only talking to the same groups of people every single day from the same backgrounds, it's going to be tough in a global environment. So when you get involved at Suffolk, you start to develop those skills that you're going to use later on in your life. Sound cool, right? Okay, I got some thumbs up. I didn't get a verbal yes, but I appreciate the thumbs up. Thank you, ladies. All right. So what are some ways to get involved at Suffolk University? There's a lot of different ways, and we're going to talk about them for a little bit. We have the Office of Student Leadership and Involvement, and then we have the Journey program, Leadership Without Limits. There's the Program Council. There's the Fall and Spring Involvement Fairs, Cultural Showcases, Leadership Through Sailing, if you like going on the water. Boston is very famous for our waterfront activities. There's Leader Chef, if for those of you who like to cook, right, Thomas? We also have the student government. There's a student government for both grads and undergraduate students. And then there is also the National Society of Leadership and Success. So what do you guys, where can you find information about these groups? Anybody? For new students who are coming in, where can they find information about the Program Council?
Usually, during orientation or even before orientation, into give out little booklet, student extracurricular and clubs or involvement.
Yeah, the involvement
stuff.
fairs. Shh.
But you can also just go through Instagram, go on the website, and or even search it directly in Instagram and follow them. They usually are pretty active on Instagram and whatnot, so it's something you guys can do to
Yeah, that's true.
start. Yeah.
You can also go to the involvement fairs, right? Remember
Oh.
this past fall when we went to the involvement fair and how much fun that was?
Yes. I think
Yes?
someone left early, but yes.
I was very tired. I left early, so I had missed out on all the fun stuff. What did I miss out on at the involvement fair? Val?
I think you missed out on the ice cream and cookies.
There was ice cream and cookies at the involvement fair.
That's the involvement fair, right?
Oh my God, there was ice cream and cookies at the involvement fair?
From what I remember, yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know there was ice cream and cookies at the involvement fair.
Wait, or is it other event?
No, I think it's the involvement fair because that's when you guys all came back with bowls of ice cream. So yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for reminding me I missed ice cream and cookies. All right, so let's talk about some of the groups and clubs on campus. So I have kind of cut down our massive list of groups and clubs on campus into 3 major groups. We have the student performing arts groups. We have a few members with us today. We also have the cultural associations, academic groups, and honors societies or associations. So does anyone want to talk about the different performing arts groups that they're involved in? Like the jazz band?
What do you mean?
Ivan, tell us about the jazz band and how you joined the jazz band.
So I was invited by one of my friends who was studying at Suffolk before, and she just invited me, and I joined the jazz band as a drummer. So it's in most cases it's the way how you can go to the or join to many clubs. You just asking people what clubs are they in, and then you can join and you can ask for them to invite to these clubs. For instance, finance club, again, one of my friends invited me to this club, and I joined it as well.
You joined the finance club too?
My major is finance, that's why.
I know your major's finance. I didn't know you joined the club. Which one do you have more fun in?
I think at the jazz band, I have more interaction because I play musical instruments there. But at finance club, I think it's more impact on my studies, on my studies, because again, I'm studying at finance major.
Cool. I'm gonna put the camera. So your pictures are now on screen. Sorry. All right. So, does anyone want to talk about the Union of Design Operators and Technicians? Oh, Keel.
That sounds like my club.
Oh, that sounds like your club. Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, like, in short, it's called UDOT. So basically, all we have to do is basically like set up events, plan like where the events are going to be held at, and usually like we're always like hands-on, usually during events as well. So it could be like big events such as like Winter Festival, Spring, and like all those performing art clubs who are performing. We're always there to like help set up for them and make sure everything runs smoothly.
Wow. So you have like free seats to a bunch of shows and concerts, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's the
That
benefit
sounds-
of it too.
That sounds really fun. Okay. Is anyone else involved with any of the musical or dance groups? Besides Maria, who's not here? No? Okay. All right, let's go into these cultural associations. I know that you've been attending some of the Vietnamese student association meetings. Do you want to tell us anything about those?
Sure. I have joined both Vietnamese association and also the Asia America, but the purpose of joining those are like finding my Vietnamese culture, like community. But what surprised me was like I was able to find my mentor, and which is my BSA president. She have like exactly the same major as mine, so I can ask her for like advice, and she also showed me like the leadership skill as well as like how to be balanced both like activities and school work. So that's both benefit me. Yeah.
Very cool. Awesome. Is anyone else involved in any of the cultural association groups? No. Oh, okay.
I guess I can add.
Okay.
So
Go
like,
for it.
I also joined like a club that's not mentioned, but it's like starting up. It's called the Filipino Organization Association. So like me and Val Valeska are like part of that club. And even though we're not like Filipinos, like we got it. We knew that like from a friend who's part of that e-board. And yeah, we just kind of joined in and like we get to experience like their culture and like meet like new friends. And it's like a good way to like kind of feel bonded with someone who's like similar to like similar to your culture.
Cool. Awesome. I just realized we have a student with us who's not from the PLC. It's Mahaba Zaman. Thank you for
Hello.
joining us. Hi, where are you joining us from?
I'm from Bangladesh.
Oh, hi. Welcome. Please let us know if you have any questions about stuff going on campus. Everyone here is really friendly. These are some of our current students, so they're just talking about the different things that they do to be involved on campus, okay?
Thank you.
So, yeah, feel free to interrupt us. It's totally okay with
Okay.
us. They would very much appreciate it. All right, so let's talk about some of these academic groups. So there's an entrepreneurship club. Is anyone involved with that? I know there's the finance and investing club. I'm pretty sure some of you are involved with that.
So I'm just gonna speak in general about academic groups and associations and whatnot. So Ivan mentioned finance club. There's a lot of experiential learning. Because Suffolk is really big on that. So a lot of clubs like finance club, they have 200K student run fund, 3-month fund, which is pretty much university money that they give it to the students so they can run their own portfolio. They can pitch different stock in different sectors. For example, I was the lead lead person in industrial sector. So you will get to learn an experience that you might not get to learn in other classes, and put it on your resume. It also has been different marketing clinic if you're into marketing or consulting. So you can join that kind of club too. Yeah, and if you want some achievements, not just in academic group, but also in other group, you can run for e-board, and be a part of the people who organizing events. But yeah.
That's a great point. Thank you, Thomas. So one of the things that Akil had mentioned was that his friends had just started up a new group. And that's one of my favorite parts of how groups and clubs works at Suffolk. I mean, there's over 100 groups and clubs. There's several hundred of them. They're not all on our list. But if there's a group or interest that you want to make a club about or an organization about, you can make your own and get funding and have a group of people with the same interest as you and have events and programming and all of those things. So if you can't find something, we totally recommend that you go to this list. It's clickable. And you can go and check out the entire major list of all the different groups and clubs on campus. And if for some reason you can't find one that matches what you want, make your own. Do it up. Be an individual. Be an entrepreneur. Sorry, I hate that word. It's a thing. All right, cool. I'm glad that I made Val laugh. I really hate that word though. All right. So now let's talk about what does Into Suffolk have for students who are looking for leadership opportunities. So we have several different ways that you can become a leader here. We have our Peer Leadership Council, which is who these wonderful people are on the screen. The Peer Leadership Council help plan, promote, and lead Into Suffolk events and activities throughout the year. Right now, it's the end of the semester, so they're all very excited to be taking their finals and start sleeping again and have some fun over winter break and maybe, you know, go on some adventures, travel a little bit. But during the semester, they are very hard workers, planning different events, helping out. They're kind of our core volunteer group. We also have just event volunteer opportunities where you prepare, promote, and participate in different events and interact with the students to help leadership when we go on trips. So those are two different options. A more official option is also becoming an Into Suffolk orientation volunteer leader. You will meet your volunteer leaders during orientation. These are all volunteer students at Suffolk University who help new students feel comfortable and supported upon arrival in the US. For those of you who are coming in January, several of the people here are actually orientation volunteers. So you'll get to meet them in person in their adorable red t-shirts, and they'll be so excited to see you. And you can be like, oh my God, I saw you in the webinar. All of our volunteers receive letters of recommendation upon request. They also get LinkedIn recommendations from Into Suffolk staff. We give them professional development training based on what they would like. So the PLCs gave us their wish list of programming for the spring, and we are already involved with getting them some professional development skills and training for spring semester. So I know they're all very excited for extra homework, right? An and Val are the only ones smiling. The guys are all just like, oh, yay, homework. All right. So do you guys have any questions or extra comments that you want to make about students who are coming here looking for things to do before they get here? Either getting involved on campus or just making sure that you're having fun when you arrive? Nothing yet? All right, I'll give you a minute or two to think about it, okay? Think about it. All right, so here are some important pre-arrival reminders for students who are arriving next month. On-campus move-in day is January 9th. You must be here before then, or at least on January 9th. Orientation is January 10th through January 13th. All students are required to attend all sessions of orientation. All payments are due to Into Suffolk by December 13th. That was yesterday. Please go to this link, pay.intoglobal.com, to pay your fees, or email john.holbrooks@intoglobal.com for more information. Students will receive their course schedules at orientation. You cannot get your course schedule before you arrive. So sorry. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. We are available at email at into@suffolk.edu. You can also go to our website, sites.suffolk.edu/into-suffolk, or find us on Instagram under Into Suffolk or Into Suffolk Students. Both of those work. Any questions about coming to the States? Any questions about anything that you've gotten emails about that we haven't had a chance to talk about? PLCs, do you have any advice for some new students?
Yes, I
Ivan?
have one advice: make connections as much as it possible. It will help you in your future.
Ooh, that's a very serious piece of advice, Ivan. All right. Does anyone have any more? All right, go ahead, Val.
I would just say don't be scared to ask.
Am I scary?
No.
Why are you two nodding? You're sitting at my desk in the office. How am I
I mean,
scary?
if students don't talk to you, I feel like you can be scary, Rachel.
I'm not scary. I'm super awesome. All right. Do you have any pieces of advice for incoming students?
Yes, bring many jackets as possible.
Many what?
Jacket.
Jackets. Yeah, it's going to be cold. Yeah, that's a good point. For students who fill out the arrival details and request a pickup, I will be bringing some gloves with me. I have a bag of winter gloves that I'm just going to bring with me to the pickups. So if you request an arrival pickup, I will have gloves for you. But yeah, make sure you have at least a sweatshirt when you get to Boston. All right. Any other pieces of advice?
I have one.
All right.
Don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone.
Ooh, that's a very good one, Akil. I like that. Yeah, that works. All right. Anybody else? Thomas, do you have advice for anyone? Like actual advice, not like a joke?
I mean, I don't think so. What's your
No.
advice, Rachel?
My advice, especially when it comes to getting involved, is to go do stuff. Don't sit in your room all day. You don't want to like stay in your room and go to class and then stay in your room. You can go study places on campus, right? Like you can go to the Miller Lounge, right? You can come to the Into Lounge. Into Lounge is awesome. Where else can you go to hang out on campus?
Sergeant Hall.
Sergeant Hall.
Food, by the way, good food.
Oh, Sergeant Hall has good food. Okay. I have heard that. I have not yet experienced the good food at Sergeant Hall, but that's because I never leave, sir. I never leave stall. All right. Where's the best coffee?
I like Bluebell.
One
Coffee,
quart.
One quart, Mirabelle. Oh,
My dorm.
oh, it's your dorm. Oh, I'm at one quart.
We
All
have the
right.
best matcha Matcha latte.
You get matcha lattes at one quart?
Mm-hmm. Pretty good. And sushi.
Ooh. Okay, I'm a little jealous about that. Val's also jealous, it seems. Okay. All right. Where can you get the best breakfast on campus?
Samia.
Samia.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Not Smith?
Sergeant.
I don't live in Smith, that's why.
Oh. All right. On says Sergeant's breakfast is pretty good. I've had Samia's breakfast. Samia's breakfast is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I like that. Where do you get pizza? If you're gonna get pizza, where are you gonna get it?
Samia.
Samia?
Samia.
Pizzas every day.
All right. What if you don't want pizza? What if you want like a vegetarian option? Where would you go?
Sergeant.
Sergeant?
They have a salad bar there.
Ooh, that's good. I like going to Clover. Have you been to the Clover yet?
Not yet.
Clover has some really good vegetarian vegan options. They're really yummy.
But they
It's not-
expensive.
It is a little expensive. Yeah.
Not a little, it's too expensive.
It's only expensive if you buy like 4 things. If you just get a sandwich and a water, it's not that
Don't worry, Rachel gonna get you one.
bad.
Okay.
All right, Ivan, where's your favorite place to go off campus for food?
Off campus for food,
Mm-hmm.
Sweet and Green is the best option for you guys. You can choose any salads, whatever you prefer. It's the best place ever.
Where's Sweet Green?
Oh, it's a tough question, by the way,
How is that a tough question?
because I don't know the name of the street.
Oh, Val, do you want to help him?
I have no idea either.
You don't know where you eat Sweet Green all the time.
I don't. What? I've
Wait,
never tried sweet greens actually.
Oh, really?
So,
Sweet Greens is over near School Street, I think, near Washington.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's one
yeah,
there.
Yeah. That's the only one that I've
Hiding.
seen, but it always has a really big line, so I never go in. All right. Where's your favorite place to eat off campus since you have all the best food options at 10 West?
Chinatown. Like,
Chinatown?
because like I miss Asian food, and it's like heaven the heaven in Chinatown, like milk boba and like sweet and both like sweet and ramen. Like there are many options.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. All right. Thomas, where's your favorite place to eat off campus that's not McDonald's?
McDonald's is pretty cheap.
I know McDonald's is cheap. I said
in
not
US.
McDonald's.
I know what you moved it.
No, I don't recommend McDonald's at all. Especially when you come from an Asian country,
No?
I mean, I guess. Yeah, I feel like there's a bunch of Irish restaurants. That's Rachel's favorite. A blast from the past, as she would say. There's
you
also
like the-
North End.
Oh, yeah. North End's good.
North End is pretty good if you have the budget for it. It's pretty good. Yeah, Chinatown is perfect. It's great. It's open at night, whenever. And Uber Eats, Grubhub is also a good option if you don't want to leave your place. But yeah.
One of my favorite things about Chinatown is that there's so many like meatless or vegetarian vegan options. Like it's so much easier to eat there and not have to worry about like, you know, your dietary restrictions or anything. That's my favorite part about going to Chinatown for food. Like it's so tailored to what you want to eat. It just makes me happy. I know some of you don't care about that, but I do. And I also love the fact that we can walk to Chinatown and get food and then walk back, which will be
And
very important.
you can get like very cheap or expensive food even when you broke.
Yep, that's also true. All right. So this is kind of the end. I don't know if anyone has any questions, final comments. No, you guys are feeling okay? You're all right? Are you excited for the end of the semester? Are you excited for the beginning of a new semester in a month? Yeah. Why? I like how all the undergrads are like, yeah, this is going to be great. All the grad students are like, no, we want more sleep.
We all undergrad.
Well, then why are you and Val the only ones shaking your heads? You look so like
Because we know better.
upperclassmen.
We're older, yeah.
Upperclassmen.
Mm,
I'm
We
really
should ask-
excited for January.
yeah, we should ask Mahabub some questions. Maybe.
No, we're not asking him questions. He's here to ask you questions.
Fine. It's called being interactive.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You can ask me a question, bro.
All right, he said you guys can ask him questions. Attack! Be polite if you want to.
I mean, I have no questions, but if other people have questions, feel free.
Mahaba, what's your major?
It's business.
Oh, business major. Good. Okay. What do you want to do with your business major?
I'm still not sure. I just wanna get to the campus, know the people, do the orientation, get into clubs, and interact with new people, and then decide about it.
That is an amazing attitude to have. I like that. That works. Ivan's nodding because that's pretty much what he did. Yeah. Ivan's like, yeah, do it up, do it up. He'll show you where all the business majors hang out. Apparently they don't hang out in the lounge. They all hang out. But where do you guys hang out?
At Sweet and Green.
Huh? At Sweet Green?
Yeah.
Oh. Really? No.
I don't think so.
I thought you hung out up in Miller Lounge or like at Sargent.
Yes, we are hanging up in my room. As you can see, no one's there.
That's okay. All right. Mahaba, do you have any questions for the students or for me?
No, that's fine. I got all the answers I needed.
Oh, great. Awesome. This webinar is being recorded. It will be uploaded probably by the end of the week along with the PowerPoint. So you guys can feel free to click on the PowerPoint and access all the links. And we're so excited to see you guys in a few months. Not even a few months, like a few weeks, right? Oh my God. Orientation's in a few weeks. Han's like so excited. It'll be great. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful evening or morning, and we will see you at orientation. Woohoo! Bye, guys.